Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Today we're going to be talking about funkydineva. There is a lot to talk about, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget to smash that like button and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now let's get into today's video. So, funkydineva made a video and was talking about loads of different things, okay? So let's talk about his so-called first apology to Melody Shari. Now, in all fairness to him, he did apologize, but you lot know I have a thing for like apologies where people then start to talk about, yeah, but this is how we talk and all that kind of stuff. So what he did do was he said that people called him out for going in on Mel. He apologized to Melometers, apologized to Mel's brother, apologized to anyone who may have taken offense to it. And said that that was not his intention, essentially. He was basically trying to say like, yo, that was not my intention. It was in the heat of the moment. I got a bit too excited. This is how people from Miami talk. When we get excited, we call people all sorts of bees. But basically that was not his intention. He also talks about what irritated him was that people were coming for him, basically saying that he was biased because he spent some time at Black. And in the pockets of the Scots, basically. So people were accusing him of being in the pockets of the Scots, which he did not like, and that people were just making it seem like he was biased, right? Do you know what I think is interesting? I'm like, he then said, so that's why he took a break from the show, but now he's back. I'm like, oh, I see. So now we're pulling in Funky, so that we can get the big views, the big guns, right? So that people can start watching the show. Is that what this is about? Because it seems convenient that now you're like, oh, let me issue an apology before I then go back to covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. It seems a bit convenient, don't you think? It's like you've said all these things. It's been a long time. You did not address this, but all of a sudden now you want to clean it up and then say you're back, which gives the impression you want to start covering Love and Marriage Huntsville again. So, is this why you're giving the Melometers the apology? So that people can come back and say, oh, Funky is supporting Mel, let's support him. You guys don't fall for it. It's given the impression that in the next couple of episodes, you'll probably be seeing him bigging up Melody and probably trying to drive more views to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because to be fair, those big bloggers don't be wanting to cover the show. And they sort of leave it to us growing YouTubers to cover. So, but now he's coming back. I feel like it's because they need to amp up publicity for the show. This is my opinion. Like I said, opinion is not gospel here, right? It is just what it is, opinions, right? And everyone is allowed to have some. So that's what I think about that. But let me know what you guys think about that. Now, that's not the only thing Funky said, so we're gonna get into it. So Funky also addressed the Martell arrest of it all. And he said that Martell deserves to go to jail. I'm like, finally, somebody is saying it. Because he had the intention of releasing the revenge plea against Melody. And it's even beyond the intention, because allegedly the side chick of the year has admitted to Martell wanting her to circulate it. So it's beyond that. And also allegedly showing people. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? But I'm at least glad that someone decided to finally call it that Martell deserves to go to jail for what he has done. The other thing he said, and I completely agree, is that Martell's mother has created a monster because she does not hold him accountable. And this is the thing. If you do not hold someone accountable, do you know what I think Martell grew up like? I think he grew up being babied, letting him get away with stuff, not calling him out, not correcting him. And then you can't expect him to get to this big age and then you be able to correct him. It's too late. It's like, in the words of K. Michelle, when he's already grown, what you gonna do? Like, he is too old now. You can't raise a man. Can't raise a man. What you gonna do? No, but seriously, you can't raise him. He is grown. He cannot change at this point unless he wants to change, right? But at least you need to hold his feet to the fire. You need to hold him accountable. But she's refused to do that. It feels like Martell can just do, and Martell can probably unalive someone and Marlene will be like, my son, you were a good man. You were a good son. You were a good son. It's really disappointing. The other thing that he said was that he feels like Martell Holt is his worst enemy. I'm like, hallelujah, hallelujah. Someone else gets it. Now, let's be clear. I don't trust Funky's intentions personally, but I feel like I can still call people out. If they're right, they're right. If they're wrong, they're wrong. So basically, he said Martell is his own worst enemy, and he likes to use the kids for his own benefit. So that everyone basically knows he doesn't care about the kids, and his actions, of course, the kids the most harm. I completely 120,000% agree with that. That man does not care about the kids. If he did, he would not be behaving in the way he behaves towards their mother. He will not be rocking their foundations like that. He would not have left them in the car whilst he went into the police station. Let's be clear, right? He's shown so many things that should make us think, yeah, this man don't be caring about those children. But somehow, some of y'all still want to get in the comments, hyping him. He's a good father. Why not just, like, shut up? That, honestly, that's the part that frustrates me the most. Like, some of the trivial things Martell does is like, okay, that's Martell, petty Betty, right? But, like, the serious stuff is like, you guys call him out. Stop endorsing foolishness and horrible, horrific, disgusting, unhinged behaviors. It's really, really disappointing. It's like, what has our community turned into when people can't call things for what they are? And people are like, oh, protect the black man. What if the black man is doing something wrong? Stand on the side of truth. Now, he also talks about the fact that he feels like Martell only cares about himself. I agreed, which is the reason why he's still fighting Melody in the courts, just to make himself look good or make it look like he's trying. To be honest, I completely agree. It just feels like Martell cannot give up this nice guy persona, this nice guy, good guy act. He wants to be seen as a good man, as a man that loves and supports his children. He is none of those things, in my opinion, but still wants to come across as being that exactly, right? And so I just feel like, at what point do we all just say, like, seriously, Martell, cut it out and get lost? He is obsessed with making Melody look bad. Obsessed. He wants to rewrite history. He wants us to somehow believe that Melody has been cheating on him years for so long. He wants us to believe that Melody was not a good wife. He wants us to believe that Melody did not satisfy him. He wants us to believe that Melody was not a good, and so on and so forth. When the reality is that is far from the truth. We're just like, we are not saying that Melody is perfect. Nobody is. But we are saying stand on the side of what is right. That's it. We see the truth of what he's trying to do to ruin Melody's reputation. And we're not going to stand by and let that happen. That is pretty much it. That is all that is. Funky also said that Arionne has proved time and time again that she doesn't really take care of Knox very well. And he has not tried to get full custody of him. That is interesting. It's like, you can do all of that, but you cannot try to get full custody of the one you probably should be getting full custody of. Okay. Very convenient. What I also thought was interesting was Funky went in on Nell Fletcher. And I think it was well deserved. You guys know I went in on Nell Fletcher for the same reasons. He basically said that he stopped watching the show a while back and he doesn't know a lot about Nell, but her statement about not agreeing with Martell going to jail is absurd. And I completely agree. Like, how can you be protecting a man that went to those lengths? Like, seriously, what are we doing? He also talks about how disappointing it was because the Fletchers know Martell and Melody more than any other cast member. And that is why it was so disappointing that that is being said, to be completely honest with you. He did also mention that the thrill is gone for Arionnecurry and Martell because 10 years later, Martell still ain't wifey her, but has just been making a fool out of her. And the thing is, she is not going to leave. Martell was out here talking about Mrs. Holt to Shari. She still did not leave. It's like, I don't know what will make that woman leave, but at this stage, she never gonna leave. I personally like how Funky addressed this situation and called these things out because I feel like it needs to be called out and people just don't want to call out and stand for what is true. So I'm glad he did on this one. But everyone, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button, and share, and let me know what you guys think, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.